Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher.
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
And Hardy.
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
On 98.5.
Tinkerman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides.
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy.
We're the best friends it can be, my buddy and me.
On 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
They're not here. They're not needed. Joe Murray is here. Michael Hurley is here. As we are on Memorial Day, and based on traffic outside, I can only imagine the amount of listeners right now. It's got to be a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. This is my days at AM 1170 in Cumming, Georgia, when I would turn off the transmitter at night. This is reminiscent of that time. But thank you, gentlemen, for coming in on this holiday. Now, is there anything that you've got going on later today?
I have television. Cheap plug. Nesson, 4 o'clock. Boston.
They're having you come in on Memorial Day.
Yeah, baby. I think we get time and a half, too. I'm not sure.
So you are on a show called what on Nesson again?
Boston has entered the chat.
Boston has entered the chat, and it's live 5 days a week.
5 days a week at 4 o'clock to 6 p.m.
Right.
And I get over to here for 7 o'clock at night.
Yes, because you were on, what is that, Sturo Drive, right?
They're at where the Watertown Mall is, or what do you call it?
Oh, the Arsenal Mall?
Arsenal Yards now.
Okay, so they're at Arsenal Yards, so it's not that far from here.
Yeah. It's on this street. It's just 5 miles down.
Okay, so you go there, and they're doing the show today.
Correct, live.
Did they say why?
Because the Red Sox are playing, and we are the pregame show of the Boston Red Sox.
They're not playing today.
Are they? Oh, they're off?
They're off.
Yeah, they're off.
Then that's why we're on.
You got to talk about how good they are.
Yeah, it's been... Well, last week I saw the article, Fred. I wasn't happy about that. They spelled your name wrong.
Oh, the Nesson article where they called it Tucker and Rich instead of Toucher and Hardy.
And there's no one to talk to there about that because
it's outsourced.
They outsourced it all.
So is that even a person that wrote that article, or is that AI?
It was a real human who wrote that.
Okay, and so where are they in?
No.
Boston?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay.
I can give you a little insight on that because I worked briefly for something similar.
Yeah.
It's bleak. It's like the content farming world is bleak. Like I tried, and it wasn't for me. It's like you got to put the headlines have to be like, Cardinals fans will never watch baseball again if this happened. And it's just like, but so it's someone somewhere wrote it.
Right. So what happened is, part of my take, the Barstool show had Belichick on, and they didn't ask him about Jordan Hudson. And then one of the guys that I guess is not one of the main guys, but one of the tertiary people or producers or something is from Boston. It's a younger guy. And he got on and he glazed Belichick. You taught me how to win, and he got weepy. So I certainly made fun of him and said that he needs a male figure in his life. This is pretty sad.
I grew up in Scituate from 96 till 2016. Dude, you made me and an entire generation of kids feel like winners because of your team. So thank you, first of all.
Yeah, that was sad. So I said that, and obviously, it's pretty obvious that guy has friends here, and they busted his balls about me making fun of him. And he responded with F the show, or F the older incarnation of the show, but nonetheless, F this show, which I understand. I made fun of him, of course. F me. F me, absolutely. It hurt your feelings. I understand that. But then it got turned into, it's funny how it works too, Hurley, because someone wrote that we were beefing with that show, and then the quotes about what I said certainly are more positive than negative. It literally says, I was a little annoyed they didn't ask about Jordan Hudson, which is scathing. absolutely scathing. So they write that, and and then they turn it into this like whole thing. And I said something like, people, it's a 20-minute thing where we're, listening to them ask questions and things like that. And at one point I go, you're not asking Belichick about what he's most known for, which of course you take that quote and then it makes it sound like I'm saying in the history of his life. That's the most, I am unaware of anything he's accomplished short of dating Jordan Hudson. But I would argue, it would be inarguable to say that if you said what he's been covered the most for since he's been fired as the coach of the Patriots has been his relationship with Jordan Hudson. It's inarguable. It's a fact. I mean, you could do a Nexus Lexus search if they still do those things, and you could find it out.
You don't think it's from working for Ted Marchambroda with the Lions in the 70s? Because they covered that.
Yes, well,
it's been big.
Yeah, I don't know. That is true. That was a pretty good Lions team. That was right before Billy Sims. So you got to figure that was a big. I don't even know who was on the 70s Lions teams. I can't name one player.
What I don't like about the story,
Melfar Superstar.
What I was going to say is like, there's no beef. Like, there's no beef.
No,
you don't care.
No,
they seem to care.
No, they don't. I don't even think that they care. I think that one kid cares because I made fun of him.
Got it.
And then he goes, F me, which I, of course, understand. I made fun of you. Like, what do I think? I'm going to make fun of someone? And they're going to be like, wow, what a great guy. You made fun of me. Yeah. No one cares about your show. Fine, no one cares about my show, but he found out about it. Like, someone told him. So I would assume, since he's a young man, that his friends didn't go, dude, I'm so sorry. This guy on 98.5 The Sports Hub teased you about what you said to Belichick. Like, don't freak out. Like, it's okay. I take it they went, this guy on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Because his friends, if they're sports fans around here, one of them listens to the station at some point. You'd figure, just by metrics, that's not a wild, boastful statement that one of kid's friends might listen to the show. And, and then they busted his balls and he got butthurt about it. And then he went on, which is, I don't mean butthurt like to dismiss it. Like, he got upset, and as I've been upset about many things, and he got upset and he said to F the show and F me, which I of course understand. And I've no follow up to that. I'm not out of my mind. I get why you wouldn't like me. I made fun of you. But in terms of the other two guys, Big Cat and the Jesus Christ, I sound like I'm
PFT commentator.
PFT commentator. Obviously, I've said far more nice things than bad. All I said was I was a little disappointed that they didn't ask about it, and I thought it would be more entertaining if they did. That's all. And then they said, "Well, we're not journalists," and I said, and then in response to that, I say, "Yeah, I know. No one's saying you had to ask them. Just said I was a little disappointed you didn't ask."
This is what I mean about this isn't a beef to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I felt like that article that came out may have like started something because it wasn't accurate. And then maybe, you know what I mean? It's just, maybe there was just a lot of, I feel like you're in a good place about this. Just for me as like a listener trying to understand it, there is no beef.
Beef brewing. That's what that beef brewing.
But even the quote in the article.
We might be in a beef right now.
Uh-oh.
We might be beefing.
Who are we beefing with?
With Toucher and Rich.
Yeah, they sound really upset.
Sounds like that's just the name for Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein back in the day. That was their going out.
Yeah, I heard that in the file that we share, and I do question the out loud laughing at that. Toucher and Rich. That sounds like Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, so Toucher is Epstein.
You ever hear it?
Why is Ghislaine Maxwell rich?
Yeah, I didn't get it, but I thought maybe I was dumb. So I played along.
I don't get it either. I just think that it was like a Johnny Carson joke. You know, that's like, I don't know, like Gerald Ford playing golf with Jane Mansfield. You know, you just named two people from the news. Or is Rich because you can call someone named Rich Dick? But why would Ghislaine Maxwell be that? See, the joke doesn't make sense. Regardless, and that goes further. I don't think they overly care.
Well, it seems like the beef is really picking up over here.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that didn't sound like that was a whole thing.
Yes. In full disclosure, Fred didn't bring this up. I did. I don't have a problem with those guys either. It sounds like Fred's in a good place about it, but I'm still a little confused. If there's a beef, that doesn't sound like there is a beef.
No, I'm just, I mean, to more than anything, it's like nice that we can, you know, talk about something that happened in the media and that it makes it still, given the state of radio, makes anyone pay attention.
It's true.
And again, I understand the kid from around here being pissed at me. I made fun of him. I mean, it's like, I realize when you make fun of someone, they're not always going to go like, oh, that's the greatest.
Yeah.
Like when you make fun of someone like you're friends with or someone that you know, then I expect a little grace. You know, I expect them to go, oh, yeah, you're busting balls. But if it's someone you don't know, I would, yes, of course, you don't like it. I agree with that.
You can't bust balls. You can bust my balls. I know you guys.
Yeah.
But if I don't know you, I'm not going to like it.
Plus, there's stuff that's like that I wouldn't make fun of you about, or like stuff that, like, you know, that, you know, if you know someone, it takes a lot if you know someone. Because my feeling is, if you know someone and they make fun of you, you have to know they're trying to hurt you, right? Like they're trying to say something that you don't want talked about, or they're trying to say something that is personal to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of thing.
I mean, I've been made fun of quite a bit on this station, and I always enjoy it because of that reason, because you know it's coming from the right place.
Right. And again, if I make fun of look, I'm old now. If I make fun of someone, they should be mad at me. I understand it. Especially if you're like a young guy that, you know, probably hasn't been made fun of a lot by other media. I mean, that can be difficult at first. I didn't handle it very well when I was young. I handled it well when I was young, and then I started having kids and needed a job, and then I didn't handle it as well. When I was in my 20s, I thought it was really funny when people would complain. Dan, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, you got to pull some audio. Wallach pulled some bad moves when you were out Friday. When I forget who was in talking about football at 7 o'clock hour, he told a story about getting fired from his first job for calling out to watch a football game. And when he told that story and said the firing part, Wallach yelled, cheered, and started clapping like the McAfee show. And it was egregious. If you were on the show, you would have kicked him out of the studio. He did it multiple times.
He wouldn't have done it if I was here.
And yelling.
He wouldn't have done it if I was here. He gets so excited.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yes. When bad. Hardy and I aren't here, he gets very, very excited. And you should see him in the pre-show meeting. We've talked about it on the air before. He gets in here and he gets like all boisterous, like, and has like a million ideas in quotations. And then what will happen though is if I'm here, he knows he needs to restrain himself a little bit with that silliness. But when obviously when I'm gone and Hardy's here, he's got to be firmer with him.
Fred, when you guys aren't here, there's days where Wallach was the lead and I was the other guy. And he really likes to just, you know, get his point in before you can give your opinion. Yes.
Head honcho.
But I do love Wallach.
Aye. Yeah. If Bert was talking about missing a day of work because I missed a day of work, that annoys me.
Well, we're here today. I mean, I'm going to make it up later on in the year.
That's why.
Working on a holiday.
Yeah.
That's why we're here together.
Yeah. I wasn't going away this weekend. My son's birthday was Saturday.
Oh,
and he's 18.
Wow.
And when he was born, it took forever for him to come out. And I was at Beth Israel Hospital. I was on afternoons at WBCN, and I was at Beth Israel Hospital, like on the air on the phone, like checking in, and listeners were sending stuff to the hospital, like beer and stuff like that to the hospital. So someone out there listening to this on podcast or live was probably listening while my son was being born. And now my son is 18. So I just want someone else to feel bad about this too. That we are all getting much older. Because that was something that happened on air. And it wasn't my first day. Like, I'd been in the market for 2 years when he was born.
I think I remember that day listening to the old show back then. And Milo, obviously, he's been here. Both your kids have been here at a very young age. And now Milo is 18. How does that make what Fred Toucher feel?
It's interesting because, leading up to, because the kids dominate. I mean, Hurley knows he's got kids. Like, the kids dominate your life to such a degree with, driving and activities and coaching and all this stuff. They just dominate everything. So when I knew that was coming to an end, I got kind of freaked out. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But he got his license a year ago, and then he didn't need me nearly as much. And he goes to school kind of far away, right? And then he's got his baseball stuff, which is all over the place, which he can drive to now. I'll go to games where he pitches, but I don't go to the other games. So, generally. I don't see him nearly as much. Like, yesterday I saw him for a long time because we had to go get his new phone set up, which only takes about 3 hours. And that's not an exaggeration. But, so there'll be days where, and I'm divorced. So I see him every day pretty much, but I'll see him for 10 minutes. So that has been a nice ramp to kind of being this might not be the worst thing in the world. As long as he's doing well, and my daughter's 15 and doesn't drive yet, but now that I'm seeing okay, if I have more time and I can do things with adults, maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. Maybe this next chapter won't be so bad. So there is that little bit of purgatory between, them leaving the house and just being gone. And then, because he reclassed, so he's got another year of high school. So, there's a little bit of, this might not be so bad. Because when, when they're not around and they're doing their own thing, that gives you, I can go do whatever I want, which isn't the worst.
Does he have a car yet?
Oh, yeah. He's got a car.
Wow.
He's only done several $1,000s worth of damage to it. But in fairness, he drives, out to Groton every day and back, and then he has to drive to Hudson. So he's always constantly in that car. And his girlfriend lives out in Andover. So he's, it's a triangle of inconvenience.
Oh, yeah.
Newton, Groton, Andover. It's all over the place.
Those are different universes.
Exactly. So just by statistically, he's never been in a bad accident or anything, but he roughs, and if you bump a car and it makes a dent where you can't open up your door all the way, that's $3,000. You understand? There's nothing's oh, that will be $30. I just got my inspection. I got pulled over for not having an inspection sticker here in Waltham, and the guy gave me a warning.
$40, right? To get it.
Well, not that. I went to go take it in, and the guy goes, "I can't pass you. You need new tires."
Oh, no.
Go to a different place.
No. That, I know the business.
That's a scam.
I didn't buy tires from the guy. The guy didn't sell tires.
Out on that. No,
I understand.
Go somewhere else.
I understand.
There must be a mandate coming down because my friend said the same thing last week.
How long can you have tires before you need new tires if you never rotate them?
I don't know. What do you have? 40, 50,000 miles?
40?
Yeah. You
at least
could probably rotate them again.
Well, I'll say this: is I went to Town Fair Tire, and Hardy had talked to Town Fair Tire, and I got a wonderful deal, and I can actually tell that the car is driving better.
Oh yeah.
So
now you'll go back to the guy.
I did, and now I got the sticker because I told the guy goes, "Why are you aware your sticker was expired?" And I said yes. And he said. And I said, yes, I was just being lazy about it. And then he left, and I thought he'll like that because I've been honest. And then when he came back, he said, you didn't give me a good excuse. That's not a good excuse that you're lazy. And I was like, Well, it's not an excuse. I'm telling you I was lazy. The whole idea about that was that I was going to unnerve you with my being very honest and upfront about things. I wasn't trying to BS you. Because a lot of times they'll go, I pulled you over for the stick. And again, I appreciate the guy didn't give me a ticket. And I know why he pulled me over. My sticker had been expired for a long time. He didn't do anything wrong, or he wasn't like unpleasant or anything. That was just the thing. I was like, wait a second. I wasn't making an excuse. You had every right to give me a ticket. But usually, like when it's happened before, I'll always go get the inspection after it. But like they'll go like, hey, like your inspection sticker's expired. I'll go, yeah. And they'll go like, all right, we go handle that. And I'm like, okay. They'll like run your name to make sure you're not wanted for murder or something. And then when they find out you're not wanted for nothing, then they usually are pretty like, yeah, just get out of here. But he made a written warning. He could have given me a ticket. I appreciate that he didn't. But I went and got the new tires, fellas. I went and got them. I didn't get them from the guy that told me to get new tires. I went to Town Fair Tire.
Good. Town Fair is a great partner to our station.
Thank you.
I did a price match there last summer. I felt like a billionaire.
There was a guy in the Verizon store yesterday, and there was one person working at the Verizon store
on a Sunday.
And there was and before Memorial Day, and there was a guy. And then once you're in the weeds, you're in the weeds. And the woman was very helpful, but there was a guy who was with his older daughter and wife, and he was wheeling and dealing. It was the worst. It added another hour to my experience. And at the end of it, he goes, well, my daughter's leaving to go home after tomorrow. And I went, you just spent like one of the last 2 days you're going to have with your daughter for who knows how long, wheeling and dealing at the Verizon store. And like, for instance, they're like, I'll give you guys an example. Do you have HBO Max? Yeah. Okay. Do you know how much you pay for it? No. Okay. No, I don't. It's too much. Good. Fine. Because they're like, we can, and he's like, let's see here. And he like looks on how much he's paying for HBO Max. Like, oh my God, dude. Just stop. Like, get out of here. You've been in here for hours and hours. Not an exaggeration. Hours and hours and hours. Like, just, you pay. It's perfectly fine what you pay. Just get rid of it. And then the wife's like, she's like, well, do you have commercials on HBO Max? And he's like, no, we don't. And then the wife's like, I think we don't have commercials on Netflix, but we do on HBO. And you're like, oh my God. You're going to save $1. And like, which is fine. Go home and save $1. Don't sit here anymore. Your daughter's aging and going away. Go do something nice with her. Don't sit at a Verizon. Everything that you've wanted to accomplish has been accomplished. Don't start. She said to me, do you have HBO? I said, yeah. Who pays for it? I don't know. I said, I don't know. I don't know. It's all mixed up. I don't know. My ex-wife. I don't know. Someone pays for it. I don't know. I cancel this stuff all the time. You guys probably do too. I mean, how many times have you gotten something you just cancel it the same day?
I've bought Peacock 15 times.
Exactly.
Same with me.
And then I go to cancel. They're like, what if we do 6 months for $2 a month? You're like, fine.
Yeah.
I'll forget to cancel it in 6 months.
Right, exactly. And so, like, I remember Michigan State basketball was playing on the Big Ten Network, and I was like, fine, I'll get the Big Ten Network. And I got Big Ten Plus. And then, you know what the great thing about Big Ten Plus is? They have all the Big Ten action except for games you want to see. They don't have men's basketball or football. It's just like baseball and softball. And you're like, oh, well, this is a complete waste. So, yeah, I'm canceling stuff constantly. Who pays for it?
Do you know what the worst part of that story is? Is engaging a poor person that was just at work, just trying to get through the day. Like, I've gone on Verizon and, like, chatbot, and they're like, hey, your bill's like half now. And I'm like, great.
Yeah.
It takes 5 minutes.
I'll tell you, I go to the Apple store now. I actually make an appointment in advance, and they'll tell me when to come in. And when I come in, they ask for me, and I can do it all right down in there, whether it's repairs for your phone, whatever. The Apple store is where to go.
But for Verizon, you need to go to Verizon to actually physically make the phone.
Yep.
And in fairness to Verizon, we can return the phone that we had bought him for his birthday because he was eligible for a free phone. So, hey, getting my money back. So I got that going. So they were helpful. She was very helpful. It was the customer that was the real piece of crap.
Out on the
So I started going to Mile. And then it was getting. He's like, "You're being too loud now." And I'm like, I'm trying to get him to go, trying to shame him out of here. Shut up. Get out of here. All right. Very good. We'll be back. And we will have plenty for you with everything that happened in the evening of That Was Last. We'll have that for you in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Did you catch a game last night?
We're Toucher and Hardy, Joe Murray, Michael Hurley in today, and Joseph. They played yesterday, which was very surprising. I said to my son, do you want to go to the game? He said, it will be raining. I said, smart boy. They're probably not even going to play the thing, but they did.
They did, and what happened last night presented by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened, so change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Oh, it was a sweep for the Twins, but the Red Sox made it close late. Sonny Gray got the start in this one. 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts. They went to the bullpen. They brought up I shouldn't call him a kid, a veteran over the weekend, Tyron Guerrero, who has some good stuff, had 2 strikeouts. They pulled him for Garrett Whitlock. And Whitlock gave up the go-ahead runs in this one to put the game away 6-4. The bullpen held it the rest of the way. And then, the Red Sox had a chance to win. Let's hear it.
First one to him. High fly ball, left field. It's deep. Backing up is Larnach. All the way to the wall. It's off the green. In to score Sogard. Here comes Wong trying to score. Here's the play at the plate. The tag. He is out at home.
So, yes, bases loaded, right? Isaiah Kiner Falefa at the plate. Thought he hit a home run. Kind of jogged it off. Thought he hit it. And Connor Wong was not a heavy catcher.
Pinch runner.
Yes.
Pinch runner Connor Wong.
Made no sense. Kind of held up a little bit. There is a Twins broadcast that went back and showed that he kind of wasn't running as hard.
He acted as if it might get caught, which you could not tell that well because of the raindrops on the camera.
Yes.
That ball almost got out.
It almost did.
That ball's 37 feet high.
And I'm seeing it right now. It's almost like he was also like maybe afraid to go all out on the way the field was. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's pinch runner who's got, maybe is the reason for that.
You're the tying run. You got to know every situation.
Wasn't familiar with maybe the dirt or the conditions at that time.
Well, he was like scared that he was going to like give out his leg was going to give out or something like that. Like, in fact, that happened a couple. I'm watching the highlights right now. That the Twins were doing that too. They were slowing up. I don't know. Maybe it was like a skating rink out there or something. I don't know.
I'll say this. I blame Wong. I know that they've had some instances earlier, even last year. They have a new third base coach because they fired the other one.
Dude, it happened Saturday. Wilson Contreras.
Literally on Saturday, same exact thing. But in this specific case, I don't blame them. They can't score runs. They struggle at home. They've had, in every single game this weekend, they had a chance to win the game or be in the game late. And their bullpen blew it every single time. Or the hits didn't happen with runners in scoring position. It was over and over and over, and it seems to be the story right now.
Or it's the 9th inning, and you're like, pinch hitter, Mickey Gasper.
That was not smart. Although him and Sogard have helped, right?
Sure.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is like we're at a point right now with the Red Sox where I think they're trying to fundamentally do everything they can. But I just think they're a baseball team not built to win at Fenway. Like, if you think about it,
8-17 at home.
It's not good, but they can play at other ballparks if you notice that.
About
right?
500, I think.
So that's where I'm going with it. The team isn't built to play at Fenway. And Chad Tracy tried to defend the aggressive base running, which I'll go with it. But let's hear what Chad Tracy had to say.
What do you think of Chad's aggressive sentiment?
I understand the sentiment. Soaking wet, raining, pouring, balls wet, and then it's going to skip on the throw. So I definitely understand the sentiment. It's not easy to throw balls. We saw it early in the game with Willier trying to throw the ball home and it slips out. So I totally get it, being aggressive there with one out and trying to get the game tied.
So I'm okay with that one. That doesn't bother me. I'm not upset with what he said there. But why go to Whitlock when the kid before him is throwing gas? And I know they just brought him up. He's 35 or whatever, 34-year-old kid that they just brought up. So there were multiple instances this weekend. Multiple. Friday night, they had a chance to win that game. They go to Slayton. Slayton gives up 2 home runs, 3-run lead, boom, over. And then they couldn't score later on in the game to close it out. They went with the opener again on Saturday. Brian Bayo mowed him down the rest of the way. It's like he needs a fluffer, Fred. He literally needs a fluffer.
Yes, we did. It's, we discussed it with Karen on Thursday. It's obviously, it's psychological. It's uncommon, obviously, for starters to need this. But, I mean, there are guys that can only pitch out of the bullpen. I mean, that's a fact. There's guys that whatever they need mentally to be in game flow, like mentally, before they can walk into a game. I mean, you guys know this. The preparation is more limited for going in when you have less time to think when you're going in as a reliever. All these things. But how long? And Karen's thing was, well, when Crochet comes back, they're not going to need Bayo to start. And they're going to need a long reliever. So just have Bayo be your long reliever.
Then you take away all the known situations. Then it's like, oh, get up. We need you in 5 minutes. There's no prep. It's even worse at that point.
Well, no, but that would be the advantage for him. Is that the thinking is that mentally you have to, that going into a game cold with 24 hours of anticipation is too much, too taxing for you mentally. So even that inning of getting into it, it's entirely mental. Yeah. There's nothing physical about having to come into the second inning. But there are guys that are bullpen guys instead of starters. I mean, there's a million reasons for it. I mean, your stamina and things like that. But there is a mental aspect for it that some guys prefer. There is. Mm-hmm. And so for Bayo, I could make the argument that if you want to make him a long reliever, that lack of knowing that you're going to come in is an advantage for him. The less time he has to think about it, the better.
Yeah. I would send him down personally, but maybe they look at it as a long relief situation there. He can only throw a sinker. He can't throw a fastball right now. And this league's all about velocity now, right? Only certain guys can really spin it. I thought Sonny Gray, had a difficult day yesterday, but he can spin it.
It's wet. I mean, a wet ball. Yeah. I remember his first start in Cincinnati. It was cold. He couldn't get a grip on the ball. Then he comes home and he's fine. So I think that's a big part there. With Bayo, were you guys watching the first inning on Saturday? Imagine any job. I don't know how you don't.
Giovanni Moran must be pissed.
The shame of just being out there as the guy that's doing your job is just floundering, and you're with your little stretchy bands.
Yeah. Do you know that he's perfect outside of the opener situation? Moran pitched yesterday and had 2 strikeouts.
Oh, yeah, they got to stop starting. Stop using.
Think about it. He's given up. He's all the runs he's given up has been the starter,
and that's another example. Of that. That it's the mental. So it's an inning's an inning.
Yep.
But if you're starting a game mentally, that can be difficult for guys. And obviously, this isn't good for Bayo or his career or his long-term finances. But would you rather if when Crochet comes back, would you rather have Bayo remain a starter or to put him in long relief? I know you could send him down, but if you're keeping him on the major league roster, would you rather have an opener for him or use the starters that you have and put him in long relief?
They'll probably do that. Crochet did talk this weekend. Looks like he's going to be back sooner than later, maybe the week or so. The Red Sox right now have the worst second base, shortstop, and third baseman hitting in baseball. They're 8-17 at Fenway. They are looking for a right-handed bat. Not sure who those names are. I know the Mike Trout thing has been rumored before, and he spoke this weekend saying that he's not thinking about that.
Well, they just swept. The Angels just had a very good weekend.
Swept
so they're
the
right
Rangers.
They're right back in it.
So
there's only one team that hasn't had a sweep this year.
I do have
who it is off the top of my head.
I have a take on the Red Sox. We'll get into it later. But teams are interested in Chapman, Aroldis Chapman.
Yes.
And if I was the Red Sox, I would, if they are going to trade him, I would get a king's ransom for him.
Well, Steve Phillips is of the mind, Steve Phillips, the old general manager, that they should just sell everyone that's a veteran. And I wondered how that would go down with the fan base.
Yeah, Pete Abraham had an article on that. We'll get to that in the next hour as well. There's a lot going on there when it comes to the Red Sox. Also, though, this weekend, the NBA playoffs continued. Wemby, the Knicks are one game away from the finals, and Jaylen Brown spoke on another stream last night. I think he has spoken on more streams than wins that they had in the playoffs. So
it's working out for him, so that's good.
It is, and as long as he's happy and that this was the best season ever.
And he's also, it's building a media empire for him. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy, Joe Murray, Michael Hurley, and today, Joe, what else went on this weekend?
All right, well, let's talk about a little bit of hockey. I know that with the Bees out, did you know that the Canadiens are in the playoffs? And right now, they're tied at 1. And there was a great game last night. Colorado goes up 3-0. Then Torts and crew tie it up at 3 and then run away with it in the third period.
Games of the season. Torzak, nice touch off by Stone. Backhand score! Tomas Hurdle gives Vegas the lead for the first time tonight.
Vegas up 3-0 now in that series. And Butchie gets canned. They bring in Torts. Is that all they needed? Did they really hate Cassidy that much? That they had to bring in Hardo Torts, who they've all gotten behind. Stone played last night as well, at a goal and assist. But they're up 3-0 right now. And is it a good story?
I thought that move was a prank by the Golden Knights. You don't like your coach? Is he mean to you? Here's John Tortorella.
Mm-hmm. But, is this a good story? They fire their coach, who's won with them before. Then they bring in Tortorella. So is the story about Torts? Is it about, that's probably where we're at, right?
I think the story is the Avalanche.
Oh, completely.
Best team in hockey, just choking it away. You get a 3-0 lead. There's really, how do you lose that game?
Right, especially when you're supposed to be the best team in hockey. What's interesting about the Tortorella thing will be how long he can keep this job. Because everyone knows Tortorella is good in small doses. So say Vegas wins the cup, then it's this countdown to see how long it takes him to burn himself out there. Does he make it even a season? Do you get one season's grace with his history? Because he's going to come in swinging it too. If they win a cup, he's going to come in just out of control. Just just not listening to anyone. He's already cost him a second-round pick. With his nonsense.
For no reason. Yeah.
No, for no reason, except he's a dick.
But that's the thing. He built his entire career and reputation on that cup victory early in his career with Tampa, and he didn't do anything after that for 2 decades.
And so that's the thing is that, they got rid of Cassidy, and, Cassidy had won a cup. And I'm just interested because if you're Vegas, you bring in Tortorella, short term that he can be very effective, right? So he comes in and say you win the cup, just for argument's sake, which, look, if it's Montreal, Vegas, you got to like Vegas in that, correct? I would assume. So, and say they win the cup, but his history of burning himself out with other teams, and now he's really, really feeling himself. How long it takes him to blow himself out of Vegas. That would be interesting.
So, they'd have to give him a long-term extension if they win the cup, right?
Right, but how long does he
Yeah.
Like, how long do they want him coaching that team? Again, he's already cost them a second-round pick for no reason.
He's also 67 years old. Did you know that? I didn't.
Well, the anger's an energy, my friend.
Well, a lot of guys
keeps you young.
Van Gundy's interviewing now for the what is it? Just saw Blazers.
one?
Blazers.
Which Van Gundy?
Jeff Van Gundy.
He coached the Knicks the last time they were in the NBA Finals in 1999.
So speaking,
he loves hanging on the legs.
The New York Knicks are up 3-0, guys, and I will admit the Celtics had a very, very easy path to the finals and beat a team like the Mavericks in the finals. I don't think that the Cavs are a speed bump. I think the Knicks will sweep, and then they'll play the winner of San Antonio and Oklahoma City, where last night Victor Wembanyama went off again, and he also hit a full court shot.
Half court.
90 seconds.
Wembanyama
rising for three. No good. No, He rolled
I can't have this. It's two horrible local broadcast teams. Are you guys aware of the Oklahoma City guy?
No.
I heard the clip when Wembanyama hit that bomb in game 1 to tie it from the logo. He just didn't call it. The Oklahoma City. It was just like, and it's good.
Yeah.
Tie game.
And now any 3-pointer that Oklahoma City makes at any point in any game, almost compulsively, he has to say, ching, ching, another Thunder money ball. He says that. Like, even if there's something going on in transition. So you have to understand how aggravating that is. It's not, on a game winner or on a big shot. It's literally in a league where all they do is take threes. He has to say it after every made three by Oklahoma City, and he'll jam it in regardless of what else is going on. Someone could die on the court, and he would be like, ching, ching, is another Thunder money ball. Draymond Green clutching his chest at center court. It's just, and then this guy has to say, wee.
No, wee. He rolled off the front of the rim.
He rolled off the front of the rim. You're going to get on the floor.
I did think it was a full half court shot.
Yes.
It was from half court.
Because I thought it was from, I don't know why. I thought
looked like,
because they say the logo, but the logo can mean different things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from half court.
I think if you shoot from behind the half court line, you don't get charged a miss.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Wemby from half court. Yes,
yeah.
Victor Wembanyama, a half-court jumper, beats the buzzer, and the Spurs go up by 12.
He is amazing.
No, we win.
I don't know. Oklahoma City last night, they did not have a great game. Their team overall, but SGA, you are noticing the flops now, right? It's not just people. Everyone likes to complain. It's real.
Do you think this will actually have some substance to it? It seems like there's a movement going on, because obviously flopping is not new in the NBA, but he is just falling every single time he shoots the ball.
It might be why Oklahoma City doesn't advance. Granted, they have home court, which does home court even matter anymore? Does home ice even matter anymore in the playoffs?
Well, home ice certainly doesn't matter.
But OKC goes back home now, series tied at 2. I don't know, man. We know every year, right? Teams have a trouble going back to back. It's been almost 7 years now. But the average age of the Spurs, 22 years old. And last night, Wemby led the way, and Luke Cornett even got into the mix last night, which...
Oui.
So I think we're going to get a New York Knicks Spurs final. That's my prediction. And I think the Knicks are going to win the championship.
Really?
I think that these two teams are going to beat the crap out of each other. And the Knicks are going to sweep. And they're going to have plenty of rest before they take on one of these two teams, which I think both are beat up. Williams is hurt. I saw Fox with 2 air casts on his feet last night. I think I think these two teams are better. New York Knicks honestly have a chance to win the championship, and that is wild to me.
I just know how tense the Garden's going to be. If in a close game or if they're down 5, that place gets... It's like the Garden. It's like TD Garden for the Bruins. There's a sense, a very tangible sense of dread that overcomes that building. That's always interesting to see. that fan base. And then you see Ben Stiller, he gets very upset. And just seeing him over there, little Ben Stiller.
He's beefing. He's beefing with Barstool. He and Portnoy seem to be going back and forth.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
I hope it's not as savage as the one that I've got going with Barstool.
It's pretty aggressive.
I mean, I don't know if they can afford to pick these kinds of battles.
Do you know what one of the funniest things that's ever happened was this year? There was a really serious news incident. I don't remember if it was a shooting or something like really bad. I forget what it was. And Ben Stiller was like, out of respect for this, I will not be live tweeting the Knicks game tonight. And I was like, that's how you know.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a big deal.
Right. I mean, because a lot of people would have passed judgment. They would have said, Ben, read the room. I mean.
He knew.
You know, like here I am, like trying to find out information on what's going on in the world. And, you know, my whole feed is just with your
OG Anunoby hits another three.
Your nonsense.
Moneyball, Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, that's it. Every effing three.
Open, snaps off an angle left three-pointer for the Italians. Flashes. Just sing the Thunder Moneyball, Chet Holmgren.
Every single one. It's compulsive. He needs therapy. He needs to be medicated. He needs therapy. All right, we will take a break. When we come back, Joe is going to continue this Red Sox discussion. A lot of talk about churning these veterans out before the deadline, which for a team that was, all in quotations, this is going to be interesting. And especially if they're start trading guys they just traded for and signed in free agency. That's an interesting message for a team that's trying to contend. But it's probably the right thing to do. Peter Abraham wrote about it. A lot of people around baseball are talking about it. We'll have that for you in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, those scamps. They'll be right back on the Sports Hub.